Yo, what's going on, guys? Starja here, and I'm back with a brand new video, man. And before we get into it, make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. I really would appreciate it. Today, we'll be going over how to get your Epic Games account back if it is inactive and may not log in, and how to prevent inactive and may not log in. So let's get it. I'm really trying to hit 1K before the end of the year, so y'all already know these daily uploads are coming. So you're probably confused on what necessarily does inactive and may not log in mean. Well, inactive and may not log in pretty much means Epic Games has closed your account until you provide verification or ownership of the account. This typically happens to accounts that are flagged in the Epic Games internal system for a multitude of reasons. This typically happens if your Epic Games account was purchased, traded, or stolen, if you've used a Telegram or Discord bot on your account that isn't authorized by Epic Games, or if you potentially logged in from various different locations and devices within a short time frame. Another way that this happens is if you dispute charges with Epic Games. So you buy a lot of V-Bucks and then you charge back using your credit card. Epic Games actually can close your account and make it inactive and may not log in. The final way I'm going to mention that how your account goes inactive and may not log in is if someone actually tickets your account with Epic Games player support and they make false accusations saying that you stole your account or blah blah blah, just things that go against the Epic Games TOS. Any type of TOS violation, they can make your account inactive and may not log in. So that's something you have to remember. So at this point, you're probably wondering, how do I get back my Epic Games account? It is kind of a complex process, especially if you haven't gone through it before, but I will try and give you advice, and I will try and help you step by step and tell you the things that are crucial and imperative for you to know and need during this process. So let's get right into it. So right here is a list of all the things that you are going to need in order for you to recover your Epic Games account. I'm going to go through it step by step. So if it looks a little long, that's okay. I'm gonna break it down. So this first part is the receipt of the oldest available purchase on your Epic Games account. This is crucial. If you don't have this, you're never getting your account back. You need to have the oldest available receipt. You'll be able to find the oldest purchase in the email. So the email that's either connected to your Epic Games account if you're making purchases through the Epic Games store or through PC or to whatever it's connected. So if you have a console like PlayStation, check the email that's connected to your PSN account, and you're going to have to look and find the oldest Fortnite transaction, and you're going to want to include that in the email or whatever it is when we get to that part. For the Epic Games player support, you're going to need that. It's imperative you have this, because if you don't have this, they're just gonna flat out deny you, bro. This is probably the most important part. If you do not have your oldest receipt, like the very oldest one, at least choose something. Like if you have a receipt but you don't have the very oldest one, at least choose a receipt that's close to the oldest one, close to when you started buying stuff. Because literally, if you don't have any old purchases, like proof that you have access to those old purchases, you're never getting your account back. Literally, like, bro, you're gonna be fried. Like, it's your account's never coming back. All right, so next up we have the IP address. So this is also a very important thing. Obviously everything a part of what I'm telling you is important, but the IP is also very important. But it's easy to find. You can obviously just search up what is my IP online and you'll be able to find it. Make sure when you search up what is my IP address, make sure you include the IPv4, not IPv6. Those are not the same. Epic Games only wants the IPv4. If you send IPv6, you're wasting your time. You're wasting the Epic Games employee time. Next up, it's fairly simple. It's saying location. So the city, state / province where you made purchases on the account. Make sure you list every single place that you've made purchases. So if you live in California and made purchases in California, you're going to say where in California you made purchases. You lived in Florida, you made purchases in Florida. Tell them where you made purchases in Florida. Same thing, rinse and repeat. You did it in Ohio. Tell them where you did it in Ohio. Pretty self-explanatory. So right here it says original display name for the account. So just tell them the original name that you put on the account. So the first ever display name. So if you created your account in 2018 and you called it XXXGamerBoy555, you're going to tell them you named the account XXXGamerBoy555 in 2018. So right here it says the last 4 digits of the first card used on the account. So this really only applies if you use a debit card or a credit card, like you actually linked it to your Epic Games account. So if you made your purchases on console, you could just tell them that all your purchases were made on console. Or if you've never even used a card and you've only used gift cards or like V-Buck cards, just tell them you've never used like a credit or debit card on your account and you've only ever used gift cards, because they're not going to ask you for the last 4 digits of the gift card. So this one is just really situational. So if you have the last 4 digits of the first payment card, make sure you include that. That's very important. Like, don't get it twisted though. Like, if you made purchases on PC, that's really what this is for. Like, if you're making it through the Epic Games Store or through PC, like, you have to link a card, so just tell them that. But if you made it through console, I don't think they can actually detect like the actual card, because it's not you're not buying it directly through Epic Games, you're buying it through an external platform like PlayStation or Xbox or Nintendo. But you can still tell them the last 4 digits, but you still gotta tell them like, yeah, you made your purchases on console. Like, at least tell them what you're making your purchases on. So this one right here is pretty self-explanatory. It's asking for the names of PlayStation, Switch, Twitch, or Xbox accounts connected to your Epic Games. So go ahead, tell them the gamer tags, and it's asking for the dates as well. You probably don't remember the exact day and time it was linked, so tell them at least the exact month or year. Like, if you linked your Xbox back in March of 2019, right, tell them you linked it March 2019. You don't remember the exact day, but you know it was March of 2019. Or if you started on PlayStation and you've never unlinked your PlayStation for your Epic Games account, just tell them your PlayStation gamer tag. Tell them when you created your account, pretty much, because that's when obviously your PlayStation was linked, because that's what you started on. This is pretty much just self-explanatory. You're probably not going to remember the exact day, so at least just tell them the month and year. That's ideally what you want. The more information, the better. So last and not least, it's talking about an invoice ID or transaction number from an Epic Games purchase. So this doesn't have to be just Fortnite. Like, let's say you make purchases on the Epic Games launcher, like you bought GTA 5 on your Epic Games account. You can send this. Now, ideally, you would want to get the oldest one, just like the receipt. But if you're not on PC, if you're not using the Epic Games launcher, this won't apply to you. So if you're on console or on mobile, just tell them, yo, I don't play on PC, so I don't have an invoice ID from an actual Epic Games purchase. Right here is pretty much an example of what an Epic Games invoice would say. So right here, you see up top, it has an invoice ID. Obviously, you would want to copy and paste that, as that's what they're asking. It shows the order ID, order date. It says the source, so it's Fortnite. If the source was anything else like GTA, it would say Grand Theft Auto 5. And obviously, it has the description of what you bought, how much you bought it for, the day you bought it, and it tells you the last 4 digits, which does align with the previous question that we had earlier about the 4 digits used on the account. But I do understand if this is a little bit confusing, because this is basically they're basically asking for another form of receipt, but not everyone can provide this, because not everyone is playing on PC. So hopefully you've gathered up all the information that you need. All of this is very imperative, it's crucial. Get as much as you can, because you're going to need it. Now it's time for us to head to the Epic Games website. I'll have everything that you need in order to go linked down below in the description, or obviously you can just follow along with the video. That is completely fine. So first, you're gonna have to go to the Epic Games website, and you're gonna see played on PC or mobile, sign in with email. Obviously your account is inactive and may not log in, so you're gonna have to make a brand new account. So go down to where it says create an account. So after that, it's gonna tell you, have you played any of these games on your console, mobile, or PC? Even if you have, you're just gonna say no. Don't say yes, say no. After that, it's gonna tell you enter your date of birth. Obviously don't use your real birthday if you don't want to. Just make a random date, just choose random numbers. So this part, pretty self-explanatory. You're gonna have to create a brand new account. So get a new email, just put a fake first and last name, create your password, add a display name, choose your country, and obviously accept the Epic Games TOS. Just check every box, and we're gonna go to the next step. Oh yeah, don't forget, check your email for the 6-digit security code, because obviously you need to do that before we move on to the next step. So after you create your new account, you're gonna have to go to the Epic Games player support website. I have it linked down below, but if you're on like the normal Epic website, it should just say support at the top left, but it's probably easier to go in the video's description. So it's gonna get a little bit tricky here, so you're gonna have to bear with me. I don't know why Epic Games thought it would be a good idea to incorporate some type of like AI to try to help, but you're basically going to have to tell them that your account is inactive and may not log in and that you do need assistance. After that, it's going to give you just some terrible AI response, but I do have a way to bypass that. It's literally so easy. Just tell them that you want to speak to a real person, like you want to speak to somebody, like you want to get help. And after you do that, the Epic Games support assistant bot will say, how would you like to talk to our support team? So when you're at that point, just click submit an email ticket. Do not bother clicking continue in this chat. Just click submit an email ticket. So after you do click submit an email ticket, it's going to give you basically an overview of the chat you had with the bot and basically tell you that an Epic Games worker will email you soon. But what you want to do is scroll down to where it says thank you for your request, and you're going to want to follow what I say. This is one of the most important parts of this entire process. So I wrote down what you're going to say on the Epic Games website on a notepad. I will have the picture, like a link for the picture in the description if you don't want to be on the video and just want to have it saved somewhere. So pretty much you're going to want to say hello. As part of the additional information, I'll be giving you details about my Epic Games account in order to help validate ownership of my account, as I really want to be able to play Fortnite again. I miss being able to hop on the game and playing with my friends, especially as new skins and events get added to the game. So obviously you're going to want to tell them the Epic Games display name. So I said type the display name you had on the account before it went inactive, the email associated on the Epic Games account, so type that in, the email that was on the account before it went inactive, the first and last name of the Epic Games holder, so obviously you're going to have to type your first and last name. You're going to tell them about the screenshot of the oldest receipt that you attached it on the website. As you know, if you scroll all the way down, there is a section where you attach screenshots. That's very important that you do that. You're going to tell them your public IP address, locations, original display name, everything. Everything you see on this image, you have to give it to them and explain it to them. And don't try to use the information I gave you. Like, you see the Epic Games display name, except Gollyboy9. That's not even a real display name. That's just an example so you guys know what to follow. Like, that's not a real account. That's not a real email. So after you do give them that information, it might take a couple of hours for them to reply, maybe even days. I wouldn't really say it would take a week, maybe a couple days at the most. It really depends if the Epic Games workers are in office. I know it's kind of like holiday time right now, so I'm not really sure what their schedule is. So you do have to keep that in mind. And after that, it really does vary if the Epic Games support employee, like what they're gonna say to you. Like, they might accept your information then and there and tell you that your account has either been back, like reinstated, and that you're able to play again. So they'll give you either a password reset, or they'll ask you for the oldest email on the account. That's also something that they do sometimes to further verify that you are the original owner of the account. They ask you what the oldest email is and ask you to access the oldest email, but that doesn't happen all the time. They might ask you for an email that was previously used on the account for the account to be reverted onto. I mean, there's a multitude of just different type of possibilities. They might even tell you that the account cannot be re-enabled due to end user license agreement violations. That does happen, worst case scenario. So I hope that doesn't happen to any of y'all. I hope all of you can get your accounts back. Obviously, I've never really had to deal with this issue for like the last couple of years, but I already know how the whole entire Epic Games system works. I already know how a lot of this works, and a lot of this information, like, I've knew like 5-6 years ago. So I just try to use this platform in order to help other people that might be having a problem like that, because it sucks. It really does suck not being able to play the game. You spend money on the game and you're not able to play, even if you did buy your account or not, like whatever it may be. You can be innocent, you could be a bad actor, whatever it is. I personally feel like you should at least want to try to get your Epic Games account back. So a couple tips I do have regarding this process. Number one, if you do fail one time, that's not the end of the world. Some employees will accept you, some employees won't accept you. Like, it just is what it is. The truth is, these Epic Games support employees, they are very underpaid, bro. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them, they live in third world countries and they generally do not like their job. And that is what happens with a lot of different like game support employees. Like, even with Roblox, like, very underpaid. They don't like their job. So some of them, they're just having a bad day, whatever it is. Another thing though, do not keep spamming tickets about your account, because if you keep spamming it and you just keep getting denied by these Epic Games employees, they're not gonna want to help you. Like ultimately, they'll shut you down, they'll flag your IP, they'll flag your account. Your account will become fried and your account will have a security note. This does happen where in the Epic Games internal system, an Epic Games tiered, like maybe like a tier 2 or tier 3 employee puts a note on the account, and other employees, when they get this account like in their database, they see that, oh yeah, we're not allowed to help him. Like this guy, he's obviously a bad actor, he's failed the account creator verification, the ACV, multiple times. So do not fry your account. Like you want to make sure, at least if you're gonna ticket your account a lot, space it out. Don't ticket like every 5 minutes about your Fortnite account. That's just gonna ruin everything. Another thing too, you do probably want to be contacting from the original location. I feel like that's gonna help your odds. So where you created your account, you probably want to contact where you created your account from. But I understand if you don't live there anymore, you can just tell them like, yo, I don't live in the same place where I created my account. Or alternatively, you could use a proxy. Like you could download a proxy, because the Epic Games, they can detect when you're emailing through a VPN, but they can't detect when you're using an actual like proxy, not a VPN, a real proxy that you have to buy, like let's say off of IP2 World. So if you want to go that route, you can do that, but it's a little bit risky. Just try that at your own risk, because that would technically kind of be misleading the Epic Games support employee if you're emailing them off of a proxy. But that is something that I might have to recommend to you if you don't live in that location anymore. So a couple things if you do get your account back. Number one, do not automatically change the display name. Don't automatically try to change the email or download the PDF to the account, because that will be suspicious and that will attract suspicious activity on the account, which can potentially get it flagged again for suspicious activity. So what you want to do after you do get your account back and get it secured, make sure everything's fine, just don't touch it too much. Like don't change your display name, don't unlink consoles, just keep it as it is, just be chill with it. You feel me? And last but not least, this is just common sense. Never pay anybody or trust anybody to get your account back for you. Like if someone's trying to tell you like, yo, I can help you get your account back, send me the information, don't do it. I would never ask you guys for your information. I'm telling you guys what to do. I would never take it into my own hands. So yeah, just watch out for scams like those. Never give anyone your email, never try giving them access to your account. Just don't do that, bro, because that will get your account fried. You don't want that. And I'm not gonna lie, this video does also help if your account was stolen. Like this isn't only if your account is inactive. Like if your account was stolen, you might have to like rearrange some of the words, but literally it still follows like the same process. Like you're still gonna have to do a lot of these steps to get your account back if it was stolen and put under another email. So regardless, if you guys have any questions, feel free to contact me down below, man. I will try to respond to everybody as much as I can, because I feel like this is low-key crazy that there's a lot of people who experience this issue, and I'm not really a fan of how Epic Games really goes around like making accounts inactive and may not log in. Like it can happen easily, bro. Like it really does happen easily, and not everybody will have all this information, even if they do, or like even if they are the original owner of the account. So regardless, I really do appreciate all the support I'm getting on these videos, man. I had to drop an updated guide, bro. I've been dropping these videos yearly, bro, but you know, it's about to be 2026. I haven't dropped a video like this in a minute, so I had to do it. And this is probably my like most informative one yet. Like you can go back to my older ones, like I'd say they're pretty good, but this is probably my best one yet. So regardless, I hope y'all have a great rest of your day or night, whatever it is. Don't hesitate to contact, bro. Regardless, I'm gonna catch you on my next video.